Well, as you just heard, there's been another drive-by shooting in Sydney. That's the fourth in 3 days. A woman and 4 children were inside their home at the time of the shooting. No one was injured. Erin Bell, our reporter, joins us from Bankstown in Sydney's west. Erin, what have police been able to tell us about this latest shooting?
Good morning. Well, sadly, this is becoming quite a familiar scene for residents in this area of Sydney. Overnight, we are told that residents in this street heard gunshots around 12:30 and reported that to police. Police came out to the area, canvassed the area. They had heard that there was a man walking around with a rifle as well, but they were unable to find anything or at that stage find any bullet holes. About an hour later, in this apartment behind me here, Wagon Street in Bankstown, 2 women, a neighbour and the woman that lives in the property, and one of the woman that lives there has 3 children and the neighbour's 1 child, discovered a bullet in the room. It had come through that window where the children were playing in that room. The child, I'm told, after having spoken with the neighbour, actually came out with the bullet in their hand and said, "Look what I found," which is just shocking. She also said that it was only centimetres from the baby's cot that was sleeping in there at the time. Now, police, of course, then returned to the scene. They scoured the area. They were unable to find anyone, and they've set up a crime scene here and are now investigating who has perhaps shot this bullet through and whether it's linked to any of the other incidents that we've seen in recent nights.
And that's such a good point. As you say, residents have become quite accustomed, unfortunately, to this, the fourth just this week. Do they think there is any link? Is there a group of people perhaps carrying this out?
Well, at this stage, they say this incident looks unlikely to be linked, though, of course, they are investigating that. You know, it does follow on from on Monday night, we saw a double drive-by shooting in Auburn and in Arncliffe. The house in Auburn had 10 people home at the time and up to 15 bullets were shot into that residence there. The property in Arncliffe, up to 26 bullets shot into that residence, where up to 15 people were inside at the time. So very dangerous drive-by shootings here occurring into very full properties. And, of course, last night, we saw the same sort of incident, a bullet shot through to a house where 4 children were playing in that room. And we had a chat with other residents in the area here this morning, and they say it's just shocking and that really this neighbourhood has changed quite a lot. Have a listen.
You look this street, the next street, they're all pretty, you know, lots of things go on in the streets. So young blokes pulling up in the cars and doing different things. You don't know what's going on around here, actually. When I first moved here, I thought it was quiet, but it's not now. Late at night, 3 o'clock in the morning, you see young blokes out here, their cars revving up and down the street. It's strange, mate.
And Erin, as we can hear from them, and the police have suggested this as well, that these are really innocent people in terms of the shootings against these homes, really not related at all, innocent bystanders.
Well, that's right. We had a chat to neighbours here this morning. In fact, the neighbour that was in the property last night when the shooting occurred, and they say that the family that live here don't know why they've been shot at. They've now left the property. The property has been boarded up, and the crime scene is set up here. And they are afraid for their safety and afraid to return home now.
Erin Bell, thank you very much for that update.